Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing ourselves a gold
Everyone signed
BAT
their
player.
life insurance
If you guys are
policies?
enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, events we have going on, all that good stuff.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers
Okay,
incoming.
so here you
Defend
are, you're
objective
running
A.
BAP, you're down someone, that's unfortunate. Now your soldier's here, but he'll be late. Okay. Pivot for that. You're gonna have to swap you're gonna have to hit the reload again. You see the Doom there. Good. No, single shot to keep them honest. Your Rhine's missing too much for you to quadruple shot here. Your Rhine is missing too much health. I know he's not in serious danger, but he's missing too much health for you to still be shooting down this lane. Just change your angle by staking one step to the right and throw your right click over at Rhine. BAP's damage is totally respectable, and you should be weaving for it, and you should check things when you need to with your damage, but we can see there's a lot of healing that we're missing out on right here.
How about a little extra healing?
I am injured.
Okay, do you hear that, Doomfist? You know that that's back there. You should be aware that that rollout's going to be a problem. You actually do want to push forward right now. I mean, okay, your Reinhardt is purple, but your Reinhardt being purple to me doesn't scream look away at your soldier. It screams, do we need to be in a position to lamp him? Yes. Yes, we do. We need to be in a position to lamp our Reinhardt right now. Right now. Right now. Okay. There's that. You're going to have to shift. That didn't hit you? Oh, he's going after your buddy. Okay.
Get in here!
Why do you lamp this time? Your Reinhardt is in way less danger. Yes, I know he was purple, but your Reinhardt is in way less danger than your Reinhardt was the last time. I don't know why you're getting... Because last time there was a Zarya that was threatening to walk through the shield. There was another friend right there. This time, you're just putting this lamp on cooldown for nothing. Yikes. Yikes.
Regen burst activated. Get in here!
Not a good lamp. But now your Reinhardt is the only person missing health, and the fight is not happening right now. So this rolling heal that you're giving to everyone, they're not going to be able to take advantage of. I don't want you to pop your shift for just one person, unless that person is you in the overwhelming majority of circumstances. And I definitely don't want you to pop that shift if you're not healing yourself and you don't expect combat to happen while the hot from that shift is rolling. It just doesn't make sense. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that is there's absolutely nothing stopping you from healing up the Rhine with your right clicks like you are now between the fights. Reload. There's plenty of pre-healing. It's going to be another reload. Good.
My ultimate is charging.
You're fully healed.
You're going to have to push up through hotel. Through hotel. Yep. Oh boy. You have lamp at least. You might be able to save him if this goes bad. Okay. This is fine. Oh boy. Okay.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Yeah, that was begging for trouble there. There's no way you can rotate across that. There's just no way. Like, yes, her aim could be bad, This you go, I get it. If you wanted to throw in more, you don't walk forward to throw this one more. You actually back up to try to throw this one more, and you double back to here because this is still your best and closest cover. Like you can't walk across this. You can't. You know that there's a Widow on the other team. Yeah. Yeah, who knows?
C'est encore bon monde qui a veillé sur moi.
Stop giving the Widow shots regardless, whether he's jumping or not.
Got you good at it.
Lost. Stop the payload.
My ultimate is ready. My ultimate is charging.
Mm-hmm.
My ultimate is charged. My ultimate is charged.
Okay. This, on the other hand, would be a perfectly reasonable time to shift. Doomfist is in, 2 of your allies have taken damage and would benefit from the Rolling Hot. Rolling Hot here would be great, and they're going to be a little hard to hit in the air because it's going to be a slam and then an uppercut on one of them. If it's your Zarya is going to be fine, but if it's your Lucio, that would be a little annoying. So, like, rolling the shift here, totally reasonable. It'll be a 3-person shift. It'll only heal 2 people that have taken damage, but it's while they're in combat and continuing to take more. Mm-hmm. You got it, Mystery. Yeah, you can't. And now you're using your lamp, which you didn't need to use. You didn't need to use this lamp, but you wouldn't even feel any pressure to use this lamp if you used your shift when you had the good window there.
Get in here. Regen burst
No,
activated.
no, that was way too big an investment. You can't use your lamp and your shift here. That's way too big of an investment.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Mm-hmm.
I'm going.
Yeah. You should have still had your lamp left. Like, you should have still had your lamp left. You might have been able to save the guy early in the fight. Or if you didn't, you might have had the lamp for grab. Like, yeah. Your lamp usage has been weak so far. You didn't use the lamp on the purple that actually should have gotten the lamp. You did on the purple when your Reinhardt wasn't in any danger. You used the lamp on the Doomfist when your team didn't need it. Shift would have been plenty. Okay. Here you are. There's a right click. I want my weaving. You hit your shift, which is fine with me. You also hit your jump. And then you decide to frisbee over there. And you just get doomfisted. Because you threw your frisbee down where it didn't help you. It's disappointing. I don't know why your frisbee's down over here. Your teammates over here are fine. You're jumping in this direction, and the other people who might benefit from your lamp are, you know, your weak Reinhardt over here. So, like, if you were going to jump in this direction, your lamp needed to be down. Or maybe even this way. You can't deploy your lamp over there. That doesn't protect you. Yep. No dice. No dice. Oh, it's the McCree who then got you? Yeah. That sounds about right. Okay. Back to that. We could talk about how positioning led to that. We definitely could. I mean, we could be like, hey, this would have been a better place to be doing his work from. When he was doing all of his stuff here, we exo boot jump up here. We have the same easy weaves. We can right-click heal from here. Doomfist is going to struggle to get on us much, much more. Doomfist thrives when he can come in from above his enemies. If you're above a Doomfist, he really, really struggles to deal with you. So this would have been the place to be playing from the whole time, because you know there's a Doomfist on the other team.
Our enemy returns.
Whew. It's not my time.
Let's hustle.
Fully healed.
Yay! And I can still play from up here. And I can still play from up here and do lots of things, and the Reinhardt can't touch me.
Fully healed.
Why am I walking forward into this? Why am I walking forward into this? Why am I here? Why am I here? Okay, roll your shift. Like, at least you'll get a big shift here. Roll your shift. You shouldn't even be standing here. Roll your shift. We still haven't shifted.
Let
You're
them
looking
out.
to window. You're looking to window from a place that you... was not good positioning. High ground! High ground! You have extra boots. You have jump boots for a reason.
Regen burst activated.
Okay.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
My ultimate is ready.
Someone's looking out for me.
Expect for more.
Fire at will.
What? Weave.
Fire at will.
Okay. At this point, you're in easy weave mode. Easy weave mode. Your Reinhardt is right here. The enemies are right here. Right click, left click. Right click, left click. Right click, left click. Or if you're really good, right click, left click, left click, right click, left click, left click. Like that's what you should be doing right now because your Rhine isn't in that much danger. Like this is what we'd like to do. Does this hurt more than the Zarya bot and Blizzard rules? No, but that's because I'm just choosing not to be mentally invested in this video, which probably makes it a little less entertaining for you guys, but you know, I have to do it to protect myself. To protect my psyche. No, this one's hurting a little bit. There's no positioning here. I don't think Lamp has saved anyone's life yet. The shift usage isn't terribly good either, but you know, it's a gold game. I'll live. Maybe. I hope.
Ready to burn.
There's redeeming quality somewhere. I think I also have less issue with people not understanding BAP. Like, it bothers me less because BAP hasn't been around as long. Some of the abilities are a little harder to use. Like, I'm not saying Zarya is super simple or anything, but Zarya is one of those where it's like, come on, bubbles. It's bubbles. It's about energy. It's bubbles. It's about energy. We've known this for 4 years, that it's about bubble timing, and you can't just be greedy with your bubbles. You've also got to get value for your bubbles, that you can't just will people to shoot you when you're bubbling. I think I'm more forgiving of BAP because people haven't figured it out yet. Like, it's really clear to me how the kit is designed in terms of, hey, there's a delay between the right-click shots, and that delay between the right-click shots is specifically so that you have to weave left-click shots. Like, that's really obvious to me, but I can see how that would be less obvious than some of the Zarya bubble stuff, which should be super obvious. The lack of high ground is more annoying because it's pretty obvious from the curve down that the right clicks have and the hidden ability that they gave in Exaboost crouch jump. That, you know, obviously you're supposed to be on high ground a lot. You're supposed to be playing over from up here right now. You're supposed to have been playing from up here when we were at the end of second there. Like, that's a little more obvious. But Lamp is, you know, Lamp is hard to use. Like, Beat is hard to save lives with. Like, Trance is hard to save lives with. You're always trying to get as close as you can without going over, and that takes some calibrating. So, I don't know. Lack of high ground probably bothers me on BAP. Weaving, people aren't as good as it as I'd like. It's pretty obvious to me, but it's not as obvious to the average player as I think bubble management should be for Zarya, / it hasn't been hounded as long by VOD reviewers. I mean, people were talking about Zarya and bubble and energy, and people were basically right about how to use Zarya bubbles 4 years ago. And it hasn't really changed. Can't jump high with statue skin. Temporal has engaged his self-defense matrix. There you go. There you go. What you do, Nordstrom, I actually don't remember the answers to that. I've looked into it before, but I don't matter. If it is, it's a very minor difference, but it's such a value difference that what you end up doing is you just set up a triage threshold where you set up a triage threshold where you go, my triage threshold for the tank is 30%, or maybe it's 35%, or maybe it's 20%, where I will allow myself to just do right clicks I'll look it up again because I think I've seen that asked multiple times and I haven't answered it, so I'll look it up so that I can actually answer it next time. But you can triage them when they're at like 25%, 20%, whatever, to get them up to 25%, 30%, whatever your triage threshold is going to be, and just do right clicks, and then go into your 1-to-1 ratio for most of their health, and then when they're at like 90% or 100%, then you go into your double left click, right click rotation. Like that's how you want to be. I don't know why I'm signifying right click with an X and left click with a plus when pluses are generally associated with healing and X's with eliminations, but whatever. So that's how I would recommend doing it. Because it's too much value to leave on the table, and it's very intentional and very obvious that the right click delay should be obvious, and it should feel bad that like I can't right click faster than this, so we weave left clicks. You can hold both buttons down. I don't like telling people to hold both down, especially with a sort of burst fire weapon like this, and with a weapon that fires individual shots like this, because it tends to make people think about their aim a bit less, and you do want to aim each shot there because they are individual shots. Now, you don't have to aim each shot of the left click, but you should aim the beginning of the left click at least, and you should try to correct for the left click doing its little burst. But I actually do want the conscious aiming between the right click click and the left click click. I want the conscious aiming of the left click as the right click is traveling through the air, has already left the barrel of the weapon. Because that's going to help your accuracy. I don't want people to develop bad habits when it comes to that. Can still do everything you want from here. Can just be like, right click, left click, right click, left click, right click, left click. Works great. Better than great, in fact.
Get in here.
Did our lamp just save someone?
Get in here.
No, but that is the first valid lamp, and it probably actually did because damage got moved to the lamp that would have otherwise been on the Zarya. So yes, our first valid lamp. Nice. Hey, there's a Reinhardt in your face. That's 0 threat to you if you're up on the high ground. No, should have been a 1-to-1 there. Okay. Fine. There's ways to do that window better, but that was fine. Right click, right click. Good. No, don't need to double up on the right click. Roll your shift. Multiple people are missing health and your Reinhardt is brawling. Check left, check left. That could have been really bad. It still was bad for Soldier, but you should have looked left there. There was no reason not to. High ground, high ground. Hop up to the high ground. he actually gave us. We'll answer the right-click question right here. Okay. Yeah, we can clearly fit a single left click. There's clearly a 0 HPS loss for fitting a single left click there. We can tell that based on the fire rate right here. Okay, we hit our lamp. We're still not in a great position. Where are places that we could be? We could be up over here, where we would have good influence over the fight. Like, this positioning stuff matters. You've just sort of been in the middle of this fight the whole time, running around, doing stuff. Again, take the position behind and above the fight. You want to position yourself behind and above the fight as BAP, and the reason you want to do that is A, it gives you safety against heroes like Reinhardt. It lets you close angles by going like, I'm going to walk over here to get away from things that would shoot at you, but it lets you influence the fight with small adjustments. Like, okay, I do a heal shot here, an offensive shot here, a heal shot here, an offensive shot here. Like that as this Reinhardt steps in, and it's very small adjustments to your crosshair. They're much smaller adjustments to your crosshair when you're above and behind the fight compared to when you're in the middle of the fight. And those are actually more meaningful adjustments to go, I'm going to go here and here and here and here. Like, I don't want to have to do that. Or I'm going to go there and there and there and there and there and there. Like, we don't want that. These are easier adjustments, even if we're doing the same two targets from here to here, than they are down in the fight. We gonna heal? It's a lot of people missing health over there. You could justify a lamp, you definitely need to throw a right click. Instead you're throwing another left click. Like, this needs to be a right click. Unfortunate. But again, this is all downstream of being positioned in the middle of the fight as opposed to above and behind it, where you are safer to influence it more.
That could have gone better.
30 seconds.
My ultimate is charging. My ultimate is charging.
It's great. It's great. Right up here.
Fully healed.
My ultimate is
Okay. You're just gonna window. You're literally just gonna window.
Get in here.
Okay. Junk time. Okay, so the biggest things are the positionings in our lamps at this point. We, again, need to be thinking about that high ground positioning better. It's important for playing this hero. And then our lamps, we just need to work on our lamps. They're not coming out at good times. We want to hit our lamps when they're going to save people, like when they're actually in serious danger. That's what we want to do. We're seeing lamps that come out too late, come out too early. Like, we've got to find that right place for them.
attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
The only time our lamp, well, okay, we had more at the end there, but really we went until third point before we got a lamp that mattered.
Get in here.
He's wraithing. He's already invincible. He's not going to unwraith. Like, he's still wraithing. He was able to get all the way to here, and your shift is rolling on him before he unraised. He's in no danger. This was not the lamp that you wanted. Work your way over up to here, and have a good time. Okay, they're backing out. You can stay here.
Objective A captured. Escort.
Oh, you're on cart duty. Fun times. Please be more active. Look for actual places like the window, like the high ground where Anna was, like the window over there where threats could show up from.
All better. Now.
Mm-hmm.
My ultimate is charging.
Regen up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm noticing. I agree, Super. He's really not enjoying, or he's not pressing the crouch button very often, and you do see Baps frequently charge crouches even if they don't use them. Even if they're just sitting on a partially charged crouch, they're sort of semi-constantly doing it. Lamp, please. What? You're just standing still. Lamp. Lamp. I don't know what happened there.
Someone's looking out for me. Up the tempo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the payload moving again, yeah?
Oh, blah. I mean, standing still in a minefield while things shoot at him hit me for critical damage. What can I say?
Light them up.
Okay.
Regen burst
Fine.
activated. Get in here.
Okay. That was fine. I mean, there were lots of micro problems, but that was fine for the level of game that we're commenting on.
The payload has reached the
Good. Let's weave onto that ball there.
Fully healed.
Mm-hmm. Where's your Lucio? Do you know? Right there. Good.
My ultimate is ready.
High ground is still your friend. No, no, no. Does this feel right to you? Does this feel right that you're the first person in front of your team down main? You might be able to justify it if you were up here, but is it justifiable here when this is the sight line your opponents will be looking down? Yes, you have someone else on an off angle, and that's good, but like, does this feel right? No, this isn't right. We should be back playing more with the cart here.
Tactical visor active.
Owie. This is what happens when you push in front of your team and away from cover. You got nowhere to go. You're just shooting down this lane with nothing. This is not positioning. This could be positioning. This could be positioning. This would be positioning. This is not positioning. Your nearest cover is either run over there, which is like 2 seconds, or run back there, which is like 1 3/4 seconds. Like, You're just counting on opponents to miss when you position in the open like this. That's no good.
Tactical visor activated.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Oh, they make a stop, and you should have been here with window to make them making a stop an impossibility. That should have been the win right there. Oh boy. We have minutes of this game left. Lamp. Yeah, that was pretty painful. Not the blade, the previous fight.
On can't be attitude positive. Là. Turn it up. Looking good.
I think Bap is basically a fine hero. I think, you know, his lamp can continue to be tuned. I don't think his damage is a problem. So I'm fine with that. Like, I don't think his damage is a problem when you remember that, like, hey guys, Zen plus Discord Orb exists. So no, I'm fine with that. You can continue to tinker with him to make Lamp a little bit weaker, whether you play with range, whether you play with health, but I'm actually okay with the current iteration of Lamp. I don't think Bap does too much damage. If you wanted to keep tinkering with Bap to give him... The problem is, I don't even think he needs much tinkering. I think he's in an okay place. You could tinker with numbers a little bit. You could make his shift weaker, or you could make his shift for himself specifically weaker. You could make charging the boots take longer. There's things you could do to make Bap more vulnerable if that's what you're worried about. And I think that's probably where I'd explore if we felt Bap was overtuned, which I'm not convinced I do. My concern, though, is Bap exists while Moira exists. So if you just want Moira to be okay, she caps out in value, but, you know, has a low barrier to entry hero, that's okay. But the problem is, these are both brawl healers that fill the same role. And this one is strictly better. Like, Moira can't even do her, well, I'll get the first ult in the game and win like that, because Bap is very fast to get his ult as well. So, like, can't do that. Not the best tank healer anymore, because while Moira might technically short-term be a little bit or better of a tank healer, AoE healing with range is just way better for how Brawl-type comps actually want to play, because Brawl comps actually do want to do a little bit of spreading out. So Bap is just sort of a better hero than Moira in the niche that is Moira's healing niche. So all Moira has going for her is a bit better survivability, but that bit better survivability just is not worth the cost that you get, and it's just not worth the cost. It's not worth the utility difference in terms of, like, yes, but Bap has Lamp, a real utility ability, like Discord and Damage Boost and Res are real utility abilities. So, like, Moira doesn't work while Bap exists. So if you want to go, no, we're going to make Bap worse because there's just not design space for both of these heroes to exist, the way you would create design space difference is by weakening Bap's personal survivability. And that would either be by weakening his shift or his boots. Almost, yeah. Almost blah. Almost a throw. it's not totally a throw because the reality is, they're different skills and people have different abilities and skills. And yes, Moira, especially in an unorganized game, is better going to defend herself against a Genji or a Sombra or something like that showing up than a BAP is, especially if the player doesn't have particularly good aim. But it's not like BAP is, struggles in those matchups particularly hard. It's just not quite as easy as it is for Moira. You can heal guys behind shields and bubbles with Moira. That's good in low ranks. Yeah. Yeah, and that's sort of exactly Moira's only little niche right now. Moira's only little niche is she can be part of we are full diving with a brawl comp. Like we are running a brawl dive hybrid, like a Winston Diva Tracer, Reaper, Sombra, some combination of those plus Lucio, Moira, and that's exactly what we're doing, where everyone goes in as part of a brawl dive type thing, a very direct brawl dive, and that's really Moira's only niche, and I just don't think that's enough. I don't think that's a strong enough hybrid. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe we'll find out that, yeah, that's a hybrid that can exist on its own and is a totally reasonable meta that we're going to see multiple times over, etc. And yes, she is better in that than BAP, but that's a pretty narrow space that's been carved out for her.
Push on. Push on.
Oh, you wanted that. Got it. Well, then you haven't met good BAPs, man. And by good BAPs, I mean BAPs that go, yep, I'm writing off my team. I'm going over here on a flank. I'm popping a window. And I'm just going 1, 2, 3. Okay, I win. Doesn't matter that I get eliminated.
Let me see your sound call.
My ultimate is charged.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Tactical visor.
Okay,
Weekend burst
there's
activated.
that. You're still going to have to lamp.
Let them out.
Yeah.
I love the smell of pulse munitions in the morning.
Oh, let's break it. Maintain that positive attitude.
Moving with Bela.
Ready? Here I come.
Helden sterben nicht.
Okay. Good. Why are you getting so close? Why are you so close to this? It gets harder to aim at stuff when you're close. Be back here, chill with your turret, and just be like, I shoot at that, I shoot at that, I shoot at that, I shoot at that. Your aiming becomes easier from back here. Lamp. Why did we shift rather than lamp? They have a blade going. Good. Okay.
Victory.
My mouse wants to hide. Fine. So, positioning. First thing you need to work on is your positioning. You can heal from places like here. You're above and behind your team. You get to do lots of good work. It gives you very small crosshair adjustments to heal versus shoot. It gives you better control over where you send your shot because your shot arcs down. It's what your hero is designed to do, both with how your shot arcs and with how you can easily weave between left clicks and right clicks. And you would like small crosshair adjustments so that you're not actually losing time between right clicks by going big fling over here, big fling over here. No, if you're up above and behind, it's very easy to do that to support your team. It's also going to get you in way less danger. You'd have won this match literally 2 minutes ago if your positioning was better. Here you were standing out in front of your team, totally away from cover when you had both lamp and window available. If you just stood back with cart, you'd have been like, oh, the opposing team is ready to push. Window, lamp, we win. They literally can't push into us. Like that was a thing. But that's downstream of you getting your positioning wildly wrong. Defense, good positioning. Defense can be a reasonable position. Defense, can be a reasonable position. Like above and behind is the generic what you're looking for when your team is going in. Oh, my team is pushing through here. Maybe I'll play from here for a bit. Oh, my team is trying to round this corner. Maybe I'll play from here for a bit. Like that's what you're looking to do. You're looking to play from above and behind, and you are playing on low ground way too often, and it makes you vulnerable. So above and behind is what you're looking for. It's going to make the whole character play more smoothly. After you spent like 15 games acclimating yourself to that, getting used to that, really spending 10% of your brain power thinking about, hey, where can I position above and behind using my exo boots, and using your exo boots is going to be big. I just don't know if those are comfortable for you to press right now, and if so, you need to rebind them. So use your boots, take the high ground positioning. That's going to help you a lot. But after you've really worked that into your gameplay and it's sticky and it's there and it's something that you do automatically, then you can work on your next thing. And your next thing is going to be, you've got to calibrate these lamps a bit better. The last bit, that last lamp was okay there. You had a couple okay lamps, but you had a lot of lamps that were very not good. So like if you have a purple Reinhardt at 60 health and people are looking at him, and people are close to him, even if he's got a shield up, yes, you probably need to lamp. If you have a purple Reinhardt at 200 health and no enemy is anywhere in sight of him, you can't lamp that. Your lamp is too big of a cooldown to waste. So you really have to just have a better eye for the situation, and you work on that. And it's hard to be like, oh, just lamp better, but you really need to be thinking, okay, do I need this lamp here? Is there actual danger going on? People being low health alone isn't enough reason to lamp, and people having health doesn't mean that there isn't any danger going on. You have to actually be like, hey, what are people's health positions, but what are also enemy positions? What cooldowns are left from the enemies? And this is a complicated thing that you work on one step at a time, but you gotta work on your lamps to get more value here. If you have questions on how to do that, I can try to answer them. Maybe leave a comment in the YouTube and I'll try to answer if you have questions, but I really need you to be like actively thinking more about your lamp usage if you're going to get value out of that ability. Hey, do I need to lamp here or will shift do it? Do I need to lamp here or can I heal him up because he's hard shielding right here? Do I need to lamp here when this blade is coming in? Yeah, I probably do need to lamp here. Like more along those lines. Oh, I'm at 60 health. Yes, I probably need to lamp here. So for now, I'm less worried about your lamp positionings, less worried about you getting the perfect lamp, less worried about you being able to throw a lamp like a frisbee at exactly the right distance, and I'm more worried about, is the lamp coming out at the right timings, period. And not like you're off by half a second, you could have gone for another third of a second, half a second before you threw this lamp out. I'm more generically worried with like the 1 second range on your lamps right now. So work your way up towards getting the better timed lamps based on the level of threat that is actually there. Health, positioning, ults being used, all those things, abilities left that the enemies have, all of those matter when thinking about your lamp. Okay, if people have questions, throw them up in the chat now. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. We're trying to continue this growth here. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, events we have going on, all that good stuff. Okay. Moira does have one bit of utility, which people forget. She can prevent a Sig-9. She also gets you back into the fight faster. Yeah, so yes, she has, but someone's utility being they are a overtime swap, we're trying to hold the point, we're trying to push the point. She is a return to the fight faster swap, is a little bit of a sad utility. But you're right, that does exist. Oh, you're saying not even do that. You're saying you start on her, you fade to the edge of the spawn room, and then you swap. You're truly giving her a sad roll. Yeah, that's the real problem. No blah, but I'll post an update in the next few days, or I'll post something saying that they're going up in the next few days and reminding people to order, because the business justifies it. Okay, that's going to do it for now, and I am going to be taking a break. Thanks, guys. Temporal out. Oh, I should have a BAP screen here. There we go.